Hello everybody and welcome to the Southbaygamers Battle Report. Today we have the Ad Mech going against the Chaos. And just as a note guys, please check out our 200 subscribers giveaway. You have a chance to win a Scimitar jet bike, ultramarine, painted in ultramarine colors. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed and comment down below. I'll try to leave a link in the video description so you can check that out. That being said, let's go over the armies. Starting off, the battalion attachment for Ad Mech 1750 is Belisarius Call. He's going to have the Warlord trait of Tenacious Survivor, I think it is, the 6-up Final Pain, essentially. And then leading off, second in command is the Tech Priest Dominus. And then my 4 troop choices are one unit of Rangers, which is right here with the Transuranic Arquebuses, 2 of them. Then a unit of 2 Vanguard. They're going to have 2 Plasma Calibers with 7 man right here. And no Plasma Calibers, just bare naked 9 Vanguard right there, just because of points. And then the last troop is a unit of Breachers. I'm trying out the, what's it called, the Torsion Cannons, just because I want to see how they do. The Arc Rifles, Arc Rifles, yeah, I think that's what they're called. Haven't really been working out for me, although they may have actually be useful in this game just because of, you'll see the list that I'm facing, but yeah. In the elite slot we just got 1 Cybernetica Datasmith. In fast attack we have 1 Iron Strider Ballistari with his Cognus Las Cannon. In heavy support we have 2 Onagadun Callers, both with their neutron laser and heavy stubber. No extra heavy stubber was added on that, and they both have the enhanced data tether, so if they're nearby some infantry, they'll add 1 to their leadership, which will help. And last but not least, 4 Castling Robots, all in 1 unit, and they all have their phosphors, the twin phosphors and the regular phosphors, so that'd be 9 shots apiece. So they'll be pretty nasty. And that is my 1745 points of Ad Mech. 1750 of Chaos. Go ahead.
Alright, so I am playing Alpha Legion Chaos Space Marines with the new Codex. Leading it off, we have a Demon Prince of Slaanesh. I know he's blue, but he's going to be Slaanesh today. He has a Hellforged Sword and Malefic Talons. He also has the Intoxicating Elixir artifact. I have, moving on, part of my Vanguard detachment. I have 5 Hellbrutes. A Hellbrute with a Twin Las Cannon and a Missile Launcher. A Hellbrute with a Power Fist with Combi Bolter and a Plasma Cannon. Up here I have a Hellbrute with a Power Fist and a Combi Bolter. This is going to be a heavy bolter on that arm.
Okay.
This is a Hellbrute with a Hellbrute Hammer and a Reaper Auto Cannon. And this is a Hellbrute with a Fist with Combi Bolter and a Multi-Melta. Over here, for dedicated transport, I have a Rhino that has 2 Combi Bolters and a Havoc Launcher. Heavy support, I have a Mauler Fiend with Lasher Tendrils. Right here, for flyer, I have a Helldrake with a Bale Flamer. And then I have a super heavy auxiliary detachment. I'm taking a Chaos Knight, or a Renegade Knight. Then he has a Reaper Chainsword, a Thermal Cannon, and he also has Iron Storm Missile Pods. And then the heavy stubber.
Cool. That's 1750. What's
on
your Warlord trait again?
Oh, my Warlord trait is Unholy Fortitude. It gives him +1 wound and then 6-up Feel No Pain.
Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. Here's a shot of the deployment. We rolled off and we got Search and Destroy. So as you can see, we're kind of in this little funky square, I guess. One over there, the Chaos player there, and the Ad Mech player on this side. And we are playing Cleanse and Control, Maelstrom of War. And Chaos finished first, not by much actually, surprisingly, with all those vehicles. Unless the Ad Mech player concedes on a 6. Nope, and I will use a command point. I have 6 because I have Battalion and I'm Battleforged. Oh, nope. That's Chaos turn 1. Turn 1 for Chaos. This is what he drew. Secure Objective 1, Secure Objective 2, and Big Aim Hunter. Thankfully, Secure Objective 1 is right there, but unfortunately, Secure Objective 2 was on my side, and Big Aim Hunter is going to be killing those Doomcrawlers. So everything that wasn't in range advanced up, including the Demon Prince, Mauler Fiend, and some of the Hellbrutes. The what's his face? Imperial Knight, along with the Rhino and Helldrake, all combined their fire into this Vanguard squad. Killed all of them, so you got first blood for that. And then so I think the heavy stubber or the iron spear rocket pod shot into the Rangers, killed 2 of them. I will have to take more out, I forgot about that. And other than that, the only thing that shot was the Hellbrute shot into the Doomcrawler and did 1 total wound via las cannon. I didn't use a command point to reroll the Invone. Thankfully, only rolled a 1, and he used the command point in order to reroll the Meltas, which then proceeded to miss all into this Doomcrawler. So I was pretty lucky there. So he's down to 3 command points, and I have 5 because I used 1 for the C's. And he scored 2 points, one being Ejected 1, and the other being First Blood. On to Ad Mech. Turn 1 for Ad Mech, drew the absolute worst cards I can get, Domination, behind enemy lines, and defend Objective 1, which is all the way on his side, and obviously behind enemy lines. Let's get in his deployment zone, and Domination is get all the objectives. So that's not going to happen. So I just kind of moved back a little bit, knowing that he's going to try to charge me. I want to keep these guys still, the casting robots, so they don't get -1 to hit, along with the Iron Strider also. The Doomcrawlers and the Breachers kind of moved back. The Vanguard just barely moved up within 18 inches of that, what's his face? Muller Fiend, just because I want to try to do some damage before they die, because they're probably going to die. And that's it for the Canticles. I just chose to do Shroud Psalm, knowing that he's probably going to shoot me next turn quite a bit and charge me, so I just chose it. So I will never be able to choose it, but I can still roll it technically. So that's my movement. Let's go on to Ad Mech turn 1 shooting. End of Ad Mech turn 1. I will obviously dump Domination, just start with that. Pretty good shooting phase all in all. I killed the Helldrake with lots of firepower from the Doomcrawlers along with these torsion cannons, which actually helped out, especially with Call nearby. The thing that finished him off was the casting robots, who didn't move, and shot 3 of them into there, and then the other guy shot into here. The reason why he's down to 1 wound is because of the last cannons actually did quite a bit of work, as long with the Vanguard that are just barely in range. Did some wounds via Vanguard Rad Carbines and the Plasma Caliber, and then the Doomcrawler almost killed him, so he's down to 1 wound. He will automatically heal, but at the very least I almost killed him. And then I tried to finish him off with that last one, didn't. But at least I killed the Helldrake, which was the bigger threat. That being said, I will score nothing and dump Domination onto Chaos turn 2. End of Chaos turn 2. Sorry, this is the whole turn recap. He drew Secure Objective 3 behind enemy lines, and he had Big Game Hunter from last turn. So those are pretty good draws, because behind enemy lines he got because he advanced the Mauler Fiend up 4 inches to just barely get it in my deployment zone, so that'll give him a point. Objective 3 is right where this Rhino went and grabbed. And during the shooting phase, a lot of whiffing actually on his part. In total, maybe killed, he killed that Vanguard unit, but I already knew they were going to die anyway. And then 1 lucky hit. Oh yeah, you did kill 1 casting robot, which is a big deal, because that is an extra 9 shots. Rolled a 6 on the multi-melta? No.
Multi-melta from the Mauler King.
That's what it was, yeah. When the multi-melta shot and killed the Doomcrawler, or not the Doomcrawler, sorry, the casting robot. He didn't blow up, and everything else that kind of shot into everything else, it wasn't really effective. Besides that Vanguard unit that was there, and then the Knight charged in and easily killed them. And I think that's it. Yeah. On to, well, you scored behind enemy lines, and you scored Objective 3, and you're going to keep Big Game Hunter, so you have 4 points. And I have 0. On to Ad Mech turn 2. Ad Mech turn 2, still had behind enemy lines, defend Objective 1, and I drew Blood and Guts, which is another really bad draw for Ad Mech, but I'm going to try to get some points, because I may end up charging the Breachers into the Mauler Fiend, knowing that it only has 2 wounds. We will see if that actually happens. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll be more confident if it gets down to 1 wound, because the Doomcrawlers can have some heavy stubbers and stuff. Other than that, everything is going to really go into that Knight. I got to bring it down, or at least cripple it a bunch. It is lots of wounds, so it's probably not likely to die, but at least I can whittle it down so it won't be as effective in shooting and combat. So here's hoping. Let's go on to Ad Mech shooting phase and assault phase for turn 2. End of the turn for Ad Mech turn 2. I will score Blood and Guts because I charged the Breachers in and killed the Mauler Fiend, and they didn't blow up. I did a wound via some of the Phosphors, and some of the other Phosphors actually completely whiffed against the Knight, didn't even do a single wound to it. The Snipers did 3 wounds to the Demon Prince. Call did 3 wounds via his Special Solar Atomizer, and then one of the Dune Callers did 3 wounds to it. Other than that, nothing else was done to the Knight. He saved everything else. Yeah, that's that. I will score Blood and Guts, and will definitely dump Defend Objective 1 onto Chaos turn 3. Chaos turn 3, drew Secure Objective 6, Secure Objective 1 instead Big Game Hunter. So Objective 1 he went back and grabbed. Objective 6 he unfortunately won't be able to get, but he'll probably dump that because Hellbrutes can't go up levels. The movement phase, obviously this one moved back, that one stayed still to fire his guns. That Hellbrute moved up, the Demon Prince moved up, this Hellbrute, and this Hellbrute also moved up. And the Rhino moved over on this side around the building, and during the Psychic phase he cast Smite and actually got 3 wounds on the Breacher, so the Breacher squad so they died. And that was the movement and Psychic. Let's go on to shooting and assault for Chaos turn 3. End of turn 3 for Chaos. As you can see, lots of destruction on this side. The Breachers died from a combination of fire and combat. The Castle Robots lost 2 in that phase. 2 of them being from the Reaper Chainsword. The Iron Strider died too. None of that stuff blew up. And obviously he piled into the Tech Priest, who didn't do anything in return in combat. I didn't even bother piling him in because I don't want him to be locked. I want him to at least be able to shoot. You smited. Yeah, we got that on camera because that was during the Psychic phase.
Demon Prince in combat.
Yeah, Demon Prince in combat killed the 2 Snipers, and the Hellbrute killed the Breachers. And then Rhino made it into combat here, and nothing was done either way. So that was the turn. He scored Objective 1, and he'll dump 6. You know, so have Big Game Hunter. On to Ad Mech turn. End of Ad Mech turn 3. The Tech Priest moved out of combat so I could shoot him with this Dune Crawler. This Dune Crawler moved out of combat. Call, the Casting Robot, and the Tech Priest shot into the Demon Prince and got it down to 1 wound, including the assault phase. And my Canticles was Litany of the Electromancer, so that didn't help me out there. I tried to get a 6 to at least kill the Demon Prince, but it didn't work there. Other than that, I took 6 wounds from the Hellbrutes. So Call's down to 2.
He got a lucky save to keep alive.
And he got a 6-up Final Pain in order to stay alive. Otherwise, that would have given me Assassinate, but I think this game's over with, especially because this Knight is right in my face. So, that's that. We'll go on to the next turn just to kind of see how it goes, but I won't score anything because I didn't get Assassinate. And I will dump Objective 1 because, again, that's on his side. On to Chaos turn 4. Alright, the end of the game. As you could see, everything besides the Dune Crawler, 2 Dune Crawlers, and the Tech Priest died. Call died from from the Demon Prince, and then the Tech Priest died from this other Hellbrute, and the other Hellbrute finished him off just barely. But all in all, this was a good game. Sure, kind of, not really, but you know, it was a tough list I went against, and also Ad Mech are really not the most mobile. Hopefully that changes in the new codex coming out. And I also really got unlucky with the first turn draw and even the deployment. I really didn't like this deployment. Just seeing as how he can get a little bit closer. There was only technically a 9-inch bubble of no man's zone, I guess, like a circle. And yeah, is there anything you want to talk about?
I was worried at first about the amount of firepower, but both of our shooting phases were so crappy.
Oh my god, that made a huge difference for me because I am a shooty army.
Both of us were making invulnerable saves against all these high AP shots, but my army, having a bunch of power fists, was able to come in and clean up where shooting just didn't serve either of us well.
Right. So yes, I did make a lot of inroads on your missiles and las cannons, but I had way more shooting that could have made a difference. This Knight obviously was just going to tear through everything in my army. I have nothing
13
close combat
wounds left. So.
And it did some damage, but it was that second turn where I shot all my neutron lasers into it, and he made like 5 out of 6 invones, something like that. So yeah, that could have definitely done some damage, because that's what basically these guys are for. And in the end, I just think Ad Mech just need a buff, because they don't have really the necessary units you need in Maelstrom to get across the table and stuff.
And the new Chaos Space Marines are on par with
their
brother counterparts, the Space Marines. So the Chaos Space Marines are a good army in 8th.
Yeah, because you ran, I don't know if we mentioned this in the video, but in the beginning, but he ran Alpha Legion, which meant all his Hellbrutes. I end up even shooting any of the Hellbrutes, but all the Hellbrutes and what else was
Demon
there?
Prince.
The Demon Prince was -1 to hit, but not within 12 inches, which could have made a difference. But again, I was so focused on everything over here.
Else.
So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it. And maybe all you Ad Mech players, leave me a comment down below of how I can kind of improve this army. I'm not really sure what else I could have done. Maybe not take the breachers. I just really wanted to try out the torsion cannons, just because they seem decent. And yeah, other than that, let me know what I could do differently with my list. Thanks for watching.